How glad the many millions of Toms and Dicks and Williams would be to capture me. But you had such persistence, you wore down my resistance. I fell, and it was swell. You're my big and brave and handsome Romeo. How I won you.
Good evening. Good morning. I'm sorry. It's a Sunday morning. It's the last weekend in October 2016, and we're heading into a presidential election. If I know that my videos reach people outside the United States, if you are watching this video and you live outside the United States, I would ask you to keep the people of the United States in your prayers at this time. You've heard that we're going through the FBI's reopened an investigation on one of our presidential candidates. I remember when we went through scandals such as the Watergate scandal and the rest, and the one thing it did to our nation was that it took away our spirit, it took away our motivation. And Benjamin Franklin once said that when passions rule, they never govern wisely. And right now, I have never seen the citizens of my country so angry, so divided. So I'm sorry to bring that up, but just a request I'm going to make. Okay, I'm using my 1961 Gillette adjustable razor, better known as the Fatboy. I really like this razor, and part of the reason I like this is it reminds me of a different time for shaving. This is very well constructed, an excellent piece of engineering. I place it on 6 or 7. I'm going to place it on 7 today. For a twist-to-open razor, it can give a very aggressive shave, but at the same time, it can be very forgiving, as most twist-to-opens are. So it's heavy, it's short. I really like this razor. I'm using my old ever-ready boar brush. This thing's as old as I am. And I'm using the Williams shaving mug soap. An old timer. A lot of people don't like it. And this might sound strange, but that smell brings me back to when I was a kid, and my grandfather would be using this, because this was like the standard mug soap at one time. Okay. So there are some that say this stuff isn't as good as Taylor of Old Bond Street or some of the artisan soaps around. It's not as slick and whatever. What I will say is that I recently purchased this for $1.50, and it would cost me $1.50 to look at some of the shaving soaps that are out there now. So with that in mind, I find the lather adequate. The fragrance brings me back, and the slickness is enough for a good shave. It's not as slick as some of the artisan soaps, but it's good enough. It's good enough. Okay, using a Wilkinson sword, razor, and so my first pass. Easy to find the sweet spot with this razor. For a heavy twist to open razor, it's got excellent feedback. It is mowing down those whiskers. It's so heavy, you don't need to put any pressure on it. Just let the weight of it. As I said in the previous video, my wife bought this for my birthday. It was only 20 some odd dollars. Beautiful first pass, no irritation. 1961. Kennedy was just sworn in. Roger Maris was trying to beat Babe Ruth's record for most home runs in a season. Long time ago. Okay, I'm going to continue with my shave, then come back with some feedback.